Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Odd Shaped Panel.
This is Kimber.
I'm Kimber, and this is Tom.
My name's Tom.
Tonight we're going to be talking about something that is near and dear to my heart, and that's Disney. Professor Ratigan from The Great Mouse Detective, as voiced by Vincent Price. That guy is awesome, and he always has like treasure and wine. All he wants is that you don't call him a rat, and you're fine.
You know what happens when someone upsets me.
I know that you also like Vincent Price.
I do, and you stole my answer.
Yeah, do you want to talk about him a little bit? What do you like about Professor Ratigan?
Well, you said it, basically. You know, all you need is Price's voice. I'm in.
I trust there will be no further interruptions.
Looks like he just needs a friend. Also, I'm a human and he's a rat, so I could probably just like pick him up if he started throwing a tantrum and just hold him.
Maleficent. Simply because, one, she can turn into a dragon. Which is pretty badass. Two, she's got magic. She's got a raven, which is also pretty cool, especially since Game of Thrones, ravens are cool.
Did you send the ravens?
You know, she seems cool. You know, she seems too, like, calm and collected. You know what I mean? Like, she's so calculative. You know, like, nothing would ever go wrong. You know?
And they brought up earlier, she can turn into a dragon.
She can turn into a freaking dragon.
Kronk and Yzma.
Feel the power.
Oh, I could feel it.
You could plan, certain destruction. And then with Kronk, you can make up awesome theme music to dance to.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
I'm thinking, like, Gaston, because he's at least dumb.
I'm especially good at expectorating.
The other ones are too crafty. Like, they wouldn't care about me at all. Gaston would at least think like I was his bro. I feel like he's a very, like, bro guy.
I guess I picked Jafar just because he probably has a lot of cool stuff and a harem.
Go on. And your beard is so twisted.
Spoiler alert, but he becomes a genie.
The universe is mine to command, to control!
So, like, he can grant you wishes. Obviously, he makes your wishes, like, pretty bad. Like, it's like the monkey's paw thing, where it kind of turns out really badly. But, like, I think I'm smart enough to figure out a way to get around that, I think.
I would have to suck up to him the whole time. Like, oh, yeah, you're great, dude. You're awesome, man. Like, that's kind of boring.
And worse, you would have to be around Iago.
Yeah.
I couldn't take that.
I could. See, I like that voice.
You got a problem, Piggy?
I don't know if you've seen The Black Hole. But Dr. Reinhardt and Maximilian.
Fire thrusters.
The Black Hole, it's a really old and really weird movie. It's like this Event Horizon movie way before its time, and it's really, really rad. But essentially, Dr. Reinhardt and Maximilian are trying to get everybody to go into the black hole because they want to see what's on the other side.
That madman is headed straight for the black hole. What'll we do? We wait.
And I would way rock out to that. I'd be like, sure, you don't even have to sell me. You just say black hole, we're going in. I'm all in.
Ursula, I heard she was based off of Divine.
He is.
Another time, another story.
And plus, she grants the good gifts and everything.
My dear, sweet child. That's what I do.
I am not a small girl, and she definitely rocks it for the big girls.
And now look at me. Wasted away to practically nothing.
Also, I love everything about the ocean, so, like, having a half octopus woman as my best friend, I mean, come on, that would be the shit.
I mean, if she can give Ariel legs, why can't she give you fins?
Exactly.
For the day?
She's a fascinating character when you think about it. She's devious, but at the same time, like, if you give her your soul, she'll give you whatever you want. And really, if you word your contract carefully, you could be great friends with her, with Ursula. You just have to, watch out for where you assign.
Scar, because he's just a lion, which is just a big cat. His name is Garbage. He needs some love in his life.
Life's not fair, is it?
He just needs a friend. I think that's what
I do have to say, you said he's just a big cat. I used to volunteer with tigers when I lived in Orlando a few years ago, and they're a little more, like, big cats are big fucking cats, man.
Ooh, I quiver with fear.
That would be our guest.
Be our guest, put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we provide the rest.
How could you not sing along? That would be an awesome dinner party. It's extravagant, it's happy, the animation is amazing. Jerry Orbach as Lumiere is just great, and he's got the Fred Astaire sort of vibe about him, which is what they based Lumiere off of.
What is the gray stuff?
It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
I've always wanted to try that stuff, actually. I'm so intrigued.
Disney song that I know by heart right now is the Let It Go. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Get away or slam that door. The cold never bothered me anyway.
Yeah, I think that my favorite Disney musical number is probably Be Prepared from The Lion King. I'm always favorable to the villains, and you gotta love Jeremy Irons as Scar. He's so sassy and evil and wonderful. I love that musical number. It gets me so pumped. His army of hyenas getting ready to tear shit up.
Mine is definitely One Jump.
Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat, otherwise we'd get along.
Especially when they do the Riff Raff Street Rat reprise at the end and gets all sad talking to Abu looking at the palace.
Someday, Abu, things are gonna change. We'll be rich, live in a palace, and never have any problems at all.
Trashing the Camp song from Tarzan.
What kind of primitive beasts are responsible for this mess?
You know, it's just musical. It's not really got any lyrics to it. But it's always sort of been with me. When people hear it, I think it just sort of gets wide eyes and like, oh yeah, I remember that one.
Be a Man from Mulan.
Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns.
Mulan was the last cartoon I went and saw as a child. And so that movie has special meaning to me. And I like all the songs from Mulan, but Be a Man is my favorite one. I find it uplifting. It has a really good message.
Boy, was I a fool in school for cutting Jim.
The part where it goes a cappella and like the music drones out and it's just them like singing really good. That gives me goosebumps every time.
It must be swift as a coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire.
In any of the games we play, anytime there's a montage situation, I will put that on just because it's like the perfect, and it works so well as a montage song.
A Whole New World from Aladdin. Completely sums up like the whole movie in the aspect of both of them want to strive to be is get into a better place, and they're happy with each other.
No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
I just like that Whole New World thing. It it annoys the crap out of anyone nowadays if you sing it, but I remember when there was a time where you could get away with singing it almost anywhere and people wouldn't be annoyed with it.
You know, we all had like a rug in our house, and we just like would get on that rug and just pretend to be that.
I mean, I love Whole New World, so that's like up there. Probably part of your Little Mermaid song.
When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore up above?
Yeah.
I remember my little cousin and I always like singing it when we were younger, like all the time, because that was like the best song. Like, she like starts listing off all these things that are like the thing about.
I got 20.
Single hoppers and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
no, it's a great song. I love it. I used to sing it. I think I still sing it in the shower.
Nightmare Before Christmas would definitely have, and I would have to say, Boogeyman.
You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my eyes. You're joking me. You gotta be. This can't be the right guy.
From the Jungle Book, King Louis' song, I Want to Be Like You.
I want to be a man cub, and stroll right into town, and be just like the other men. I'm tired of walking around.
Like, that's just really catchy. Like, I actually bought that on my iTunes to listen to, and from Louis Prima did the song for that. I just love that song. It's very fun and catchy and like that old 60s style, kind of like jazzy number.
Around the time that the Jungle Book came out earlier this year, I was just singing bare necessities all week.
I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.
I sang it walking into the screening, I sang it coming out of the screening. It's just one of those real classics. It's timeless, that song.
Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Poor Unfortunate Souls. Oh wait, so sorry. Well, there's a reason why I like it, because somebody says
Nice segue. What an asshole. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron crying, spells, Ursula, please, and I help them. Yes, I do.
Yay!
I guess Simba's dad.
Scar. Drop him.
Impeccable timing, Your Majesty.
In a perfect world? In a perfect world, I would have to say, who has it really, really good? Who has it really good? Who's got it made? I'll definitely have to say Cusco, yeah.
No! You threw off my groove.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
Strive to be more like David Spade.
Llama Cusco or person Cusco?
Llama Cusco, are you kidding me?
Hey, I'm a llama again!
Wait. The Llama Cusco.
Awesome.
Llama Cusco. He had the best, like, you know what I mean, like, costumes, and he had to go incognito. He had to dress up as, like, a lady. I loved it. This is great.
I would strive to be more like the Sultan.
Splendid, absolutely marvelous.
Look at how old he is. Doesn't mind playing with his toys in public. He's not afraid to, lean on other people for advice. He becomes very accepting of his daughter's choices and supporting. He also likes to have fun.
I don't suppose I might...
Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I chose her again for a couple of reasons. One, she's drawn beautifully.
I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say.
And I believe she was based off of Audrey Hepburn. She wants more out of life than just her little town and quiet village, where every day is like the one before.
There must be more than this provincial life.
Ah, Belle.
Good morning. I've come to return the book I borrowed.
She loves to read books. I happen to love to read books as well.
I went with Jungle Book again and Bagheera because he's just wise.
This man cub would have to have nourishment, and soon.
It was many days' travel to the nearest man village, and without a mother's care, he would soon perish.
And I just think, if we can all grow up to have the wisdom of Bagheera, that's really what we want.
I think I'd probably pick Merida from Brave. I really like that character. I think she was, she knew who she was, even at a really young age, and she was true to herself.
I'm a confident woman. I can choose my own destiny. I don't need someone else doing it for me.
She was smart enough to, like, figure out ways around, you know, the politics and stuff that has ruled her area for so long. She's also as good at archery and better than all the dudes. And every time even though she was emotional and got herself into problems, every time she got into a problem, she never really went to somebody else for help. She always tried to figure it out herself in one way or another, and I respect that. I think she's a cool character.
She feels like a Game of Thrones character too.
She could. She
could. Right? She could be a wildling.
Oh, totally.
I know you won't hurt me.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Totally. You know, she uses shape-shifting magic. There's a bit of wargness about her. I could see that.
Sure. Yeah, that animation that they did for Merida's hair is unbelievable when you watch that movie. They, like, leveled up. It's so crazy, the animation for Brave. It's beautiful.
I think we should be more like Quasimodo. And, like, even though we're hideously deformed and
Not for an instant.
and like freakishly ugly, we should try and think with our heart and do what our heart tells us to do, you know?
You helped me. Now I will help you.
Mulan, because like sometimes you have to break the rules to change things.
You don't meet a girl like that every dynasty.
She's, you know, she may not be like the greatest warrior at first, but she is like trainable and like, you know, she's doing it for a good reason because her father can't, you know, like if he goes into battle, he's going to die.
I like how the Emperor at the end was like, you wrecked all of this shit, but thanks, I guess?
And you have saved us all.
I went with Carl from Up because I feel like he's just had an amazing life. I mean, from his childhood all the way till when he was an old man. If I had a portion of his life, you know, the life that he lived with his wife. Even, you know, during the downtimes that they had together, you know, they still had each other. And I feel like, you know, when times got tough, he was still, you know, his wife's rock. And
I think I'm going to go with The Fox and the Hound.
My. Look at that. A fox and a hound playing together.
They become friends despite that they should naturally be enemies, and even when they have a falling out and grow apart.
We're still friends, aren't we? Those days are over.
Later they remember why they originally became friends, and I think that's inspiring, even though that movie is really sad.
And important. You got to remember your roots.
We will always be friends forever, won't we? Yeah.
Show brown love here and say Aladdin.
No way.
Because, you know, I think he reflects like anybody. Like if you got like 3 wishes, like you like right away you think about yourself, right? But his, you know, he evolves throughout the movie, and at the end he like sacrifices his happiness, you know, to give someone else their ultimate like freedom.
Jeannine, I wish for your freedom.
One bona fide prince pedigree coming up. What?
Jeannine, you're free.
We all need to strive to be like Gurgi from the Black Cauldron.
Please, Master, not go into Evil Cauldron.
If I don't, we're all lost. Out of my way.
No, Googie not let his friend die.
Gurgi is the best character ever, and I cry every time that he jumps into the cauldron.
Don't jump. Wait. No. No.
We should all try to be more like Woody from Toy Story.
Hello.
You know, yeah, he got jealous, Buzz Lightyear, but he didn't really push him out the window. That was an accident. You know, he always made sure all the other toys were cared for. He made sure they all had a loving environment. When they moved, he arranged for the buddies to make sure they were all together. He does everything he can to try to save his friends, and that's kind of a good role model to look up to.
This isn't flying. This is falling with style.
I think we should all try to be more like Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph.
Hey, are you a hobo?
Sweet and caring, and she's kind of distrustful, which I think, like, usually you get one or the other. You don't get a healthy combination of both. And then she's, like, full of forgiveness for all her detractors. Yes, become Sarah Silverman.
Hi, beautiful. It's Sarah.
Yeah, that's a good choice. And, I don't know, she has, like, a really creative spirit, and then she's, like, this adorable, badass, smart aleck.
Hey, why are your hands so freakishly big?
I don't know. Why are you so freakishly annoying?
Is Sanka Coffee from
From Cool Runnings? I knew you were gonna say that.
I'll pay you $1 to shut up.
I'm like, Senka, are you kidding me right now? That's
Sanka, it did? Yeah, man.
Megara. My friends call me Meg. At least they would if I had any friends. So, did they give you a name along with all those rippling pectorals?
I'd go to the real OG, Snow White. The first Disney princess. You know, 80 years later, little kids are still incredibly excited to go see her at Disney World, Disneyland. You know, she's really... And for like for 15 years before like Cinderella, I think, which was the next one.
Yeah, I have a Snow White costume in the closet right now. I almost wore it, but I was like, I'm gonna like kick it down.
Oh, you should have done.
Please don't run away.
Mary Poppins?
Definitely. How can there be a better... She's practically perfect in every way. How can there be a better female character?
Close your mouth, please, Michael. We are not a codfish.
Is it coincidence that when she shows up, that women's rights starts to take off?
Possibly.
Some people have speculated that she's a Time Lord for the Doctor Who fans out there.
Bigger on the inside.
First things first. I always say the place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
Her bag or her?
Her purse.
Both.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Cruella DeVille.
How marvelous, how marvelous, how perfectly. Oh.
I think Cruella is awesome. I actually cosplay that character.
Talk nerdy to me.
She's my favorite character to cosplay too because she's just got so much personality. She's like has some awesome catchphrases and it's so fun to play her.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think she stands out so much. No one else is like Cruella. She's super distinctive. She's always just smoking and waving her hands around and dismissing everybody. I feel like she steals every scene that she's in. Like, what an awesome character.
I thought Cruella DeVille easily was my favorite because of her mannerisms and how eccentric she was. And then at random times, she'll just be sitting there smoking a cigarette and you won't know what she's thinking. So that seemed pretty cool.
Yeah.
You fools! You idiots!
I love her, the way that she behaves, her snarky jokes and comments, how that she trashes everyone. And so I remember all the jokes that Cruella makes, like especially one when I think it's before that the Dalmatian has the babies and she says, "Oh, you're having problems to having kids, and the dogs have more than you do." And I was like, when I was little, I was like, "Whoa!" And then like 10 years later, what? Whoa! What a bitch!
I'm gonna go with Pocahontas.
Just around the river bend, just around
she shows the normal bearing of someone that's going to be taking on a leadership position would have, and she is like one of the only voices of reason among any of the characters in that movie, just trying to be like, hey guys, maybe we should just sit and talk for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be a good idea.
Should I choose the smoothest course, steady as the beating drum?
I'm going to say Rey from Force Awakens. Because one, she's hot, and you know that's how I always judge people. So I'm not shallow at all. And two, she's a Jedi, right? And three, she can fly pretty well.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true.
And four, she's hot.
Elastigirl. Mrs. Incredible, because she's really sexy.
It's because she's got a fat fanny.
She's got a.
That's why.
Is that does she have a fat fanny by choice? I don't know.
She can make her body however she wants it.
This is what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, though. You can like expand, but you can't take away.
Brace yourselves!
And she like gets snapped like a rubber band, and the only part that like gets stuck is like her butt up against the door.
Oh. Yo, Gargoyles is the best Disney animated show.
1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear.
If it wasn't for that show, I probably would not have learned the districts of New York City as quick as I did. The character depth in that show was really good, especially for our age. You know what I mean? We didn't really have a chance to get exposed to something like that. There wasn't anything marketed to us that was like serious like that. And I feel like that was one of the first like gritty ones. I'm still waiting for a Gargoyles movie. I think it would be amazing. I think you could pull it off with ease.
We are defenders of the light. We are gargoyles.
When they start going into the supernatural stuff.
Yeah, that stuff gets crazy. And then he like, I like when he makes his Iron Man gargoyle suit, and he's
man,
gargoyle for a while.
And his army of robotic gargoyles. So yeah, basically he's Iron Man because.
I'm gonna go with Darkwing Duck.
Out of smoke and he appears, the master of surprise.
Simply because he's essentially Disney's Batman, and he has like the best catchphrases.
Let's get dangerous.
And he's very vain.
Looking back at that character, it's like, man, like he's a real jerk and like very vain, like Billy said, like he's all about like himself, but yeah, he has this daughter that he's adopted.
What an ego. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Gosalyn is awesome. She's like Penny from Inspector Gadget. She's totally awesome.
He's still fighting crime, and all the villains on that show are just hilarious.
They like call out like all like the classic tropes. Like you're like, well, you have to have like a mirror version of your character. So they had Negaduck.
I beg to differ. You're the erroneous executor of evil known as Negaduck. Ooh, would you cut that out?
Well, I guess we'll just have to kill them both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool how like they stuck
They
to
had
the comic books, but they were totally Disney about it.
Well, and a lot of them were like basically clones of Batman's rogues gallery, because you had the Batman's and Spider-Man's, because there was an electrical villain, there was a plant villain, there was this, there was that. So
What do you do if Darkwing Duck shows up?
I mean, I really like DuckTales a lot, and like that theme song we were talking about like a few episodes ago on OSP, like one of the theme songs you guys never forget. DuckTales.
Tales of daring, do that, and
Also, like another Duck show. I know you guys mentioned Darkwing Duck, but another Duck show that no one really mentioned. I don't know if you guys even know it, was the Mighty Ducks cartoon, where they each had like their own powers and stuff, and they fought like villains. That was pretty cool. I like that show. I love hockey, so.
My family used to watch Magical World of Disney. When it used to get real naturey, like real like Jacques Cousteau naturey. And I loved it. I think it probably got me intrigued into nature, wildlife, and animals and whatnot.
Hands down for me, it's American Dragon Jake Long.
He's cool, he's hot like a frozen sun. He's young and fast, he's the chosen one.
It was only around for 2 seasons. The second season was pretty terrible. The animation style got like way weird, like super off kilter. But that shit's awesome. Basically, it's about Prince Zuko, except he's Jake Long, American Dragon. And he has these really adorable friends, one of which is a black girl with pigtails, and the other one is this kind of, I don't know, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo stoner kid. And I guess they're in love, sort of. And he has to, like, stop this Foot Clan, essentially. The protege of whom is his, like, high school crush.
The American Dragon.
Gravity Falls on Disney XD.
I haven't watched it.
If you've
good things.
Oh, it's so good. So it's for adults. I mean, it's for your kids, but it's really for adults.
How about half a taco?
Place it on the floor.
I wish I could do that.
The show is about 2 kids who go to spend the summer with their uncle in Gravity Falls. And Gravity Falls has a lot of weird stuff going on. And one of the kids named Dipper finds a journal, and the journal is one of 3, or it has the number 3 on it, so he assumes it's one of 3. So it's only a piece of the puzzle. And so in the seasons of the show, it's him trying to figure out why there's all this weird stuff going on. Where are the other journals? Other characters are also looking for the journals. And so it's like sort of a mystery. It's kind of like a more fun Scooby-Doo.
McGucket, do you have an invention that can distract the pterodactyl?
Do I? Nope.
Even Stevens for like live action.
That policeman in Terminator 2, you know who I'm talking about? I swear, he goes liquid. He can fit through cracks in windows, under doors, through little keyholes.
I'm hungry. Let's get a sandwich.
Because I like comedy, and regardless of what people think of Shia LaBeouf, like that was like the height of his career, which is sad, I guess. But then also,
let me tell you something. That was like my crush when I was that age. I loved Shia LaBeouf. I thought he was like the cutest boy. On Even Stevens and in Holes and everything, he's a little out there now, but that was like my crush back in the day was Shia LaBeouf from Even Stevens.
Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends pull this out their little hat?
Iago and Gilbert Gottfried is hilarious. He might get annoying after a while.
Just forget it. Look at this. Look at this. I'm so ticked off that I'm molting.
Funny. He always gives orders to everyone. So I would like him. He say, "You need to do this," and then he tells jokes and everything. So I would like him to be as a sidekick.
It's funny that you say he would get annoying because that was like the main determining factor when I was picking who I would want my sidekick to be. So I think I would go with the little cricket from Mulan because it doesn't talk.
Yep, this cricket's a lucky one.
What is this cricket doing? I would actually pick the magic carpet.
It's lovely.
Because he's loyal, no back sass, and he's obviously smart because he sees things coming before anyone else does. He just taps you on the shoulder. So, and it gives you the ability to fly, yeah. So everyone's talking about a whole new world. That sidekick would give it to me.
See, that was the thing that really irritated me. First, you took the answer of Cruella de Vil for the first question, and then Tom took my question with the sidekick. So I was going to say the magic carpet because it's just you're never going to be talking back. It's just a servant just going to do whatever you want it to do.
Oh, Abu. Perfect timing, Abu, as usual. Because who doesn't want a monkey just on your shoulder? It can go and get things for you.
Awesome because he can kind of talk. He'll steal things when you need it, and he's just like loyal. He's a good friend, and like, you know, when your life's in danger, didn't he go up and like bite that guy's hand when the guy's sword was coming down on Aladdin at one point?
He's got a sword! Hey, you idiots! We've all got swords!
Comedic relief too, right? He's awesome. He's funny and everything.
I'm going back to Mary Poppins. I'm picking Bert Because it's a jolly holiday with you, but he's definitely a fun sidekick to have.
For sure.
You can't really go wrong with Dick Van Dyke.
No, not at all.
Just the
Plus,
dancing.
if you need your chimney swept, boom.
Mushu from Mulan. I feel like all my answers are Mulan this evening because like he's really funny.
Take a miracle to get me into the army.
Someone asked for America. Let me hear you say, "Ow!" That's close enough.
Well, it's also cool because he has his own kind of like side quest to like fulfill. You know what I mean? Like his whole existence is to make sure you succeed in order to like become a better dragon.
My ancestors sent a little lizard to help me.
Hey, dragon, not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
I'm gonna go with Baloo because he's just fun. He's that if Bagheera is the sidekick that gives you the positive reinforcement and tells you, hey, we need to do this because it's the right thing to do, Baloo's the one that's like, let's just stay home and get drunk because it's Tuesday.
So I'm going Dude Crush. No one's going to pick Dude Crush. Dude Crush is just like a cool guy, man. He's got nothing going on that like bothers him. He's been around for a really long time. He just wants to ride the waves, and his kids love him. So clearly he's like a good dad, and he just seems like he would be like a person that like have a good party with. And if you're ever lost in the middle of the ocean, I mean, he knows his way around.
Timon and Pumbaa. I feel like they work together, and they're like I guess you could say it's sidekicks, but they're kind of like a duo, so they're a package deal.
I agree.
Frozone is his favorite.
Oh, I like it when it chatters.
That's a sidekick.
Wait. Listen, I don't want to go on record as saying favorite.
Frozone and his sassy black wife.
Oh, I was just going to say
super suit.
Why do you need to know?
Well, that was a wonderful episode, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a great episode of Odd Shaped Panel talking about everything Disney, villains, princesses, music. I think we covered it all. And we couldn't have done it without everyone who joined us. So thank you, everybody who stopped by.
You can follow us on Twitter at OddShapedPanel or our personal pages. Mine is at SJ+Junkie with the IE at the end.
And I am Tom Riddler. Great night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
So my answer is, wait a minute. You guys are frozen on my screen, so damn it, Elsa.